Didn't I say that was a first look? Okay, don't come for me. Listen, I tried to be cheap and use YouTube Studio to edit that. Obviously, YouTube Studio, the top one hater. Top one hater. Listen, no hater is hating on me harder than YouTube Studio. But we gonna get into this, okay? This is going to be a playlist on Nina Williams, Tekken 8, Game Plan Guide. On this one, we're going to go over defensive options because movement is better in this game. We're mainly going to focus on defensive options. And then on mids on block and lows on hit. And then we're going to go over the new stuff maybe here and there. And then definitely going to talk about combos because that retains the punishment. So, you're down for a 1. It's getting stepped. Movement is so much better in this game. It's getting stepped. It's getting stepped. Okay? That's what's happening. That's what's happening in these streets. I don't like it. But what I want y'all to see here is how I'm labbing. So you can understand tracking and you can understand what to do. So you can be offensively defensive. That's how you have to play this character. You have to be offensively defensive. Okay, let's get into it. So, as you saw right there, the down 4-1 got easily stepped to Nina's right, which is your left. Let's look at some defensive options though. Some offensively defensive options, okay? You can try to finish the string and then sometimes that'll catch them stepping left. But that was, how we were begging in Tekken 7 because movement was so bad in Tekken 7. If they step right, hit whipping still does happen. I believe that was a punish. I just think the practice mode, didn't trigger that as a punish because, she can finish the string. But that was most definitely a punish on the hit whip. I don't think I could block that. But that's what we are in Tekken 8. The movement is just so much better. We got to get used to it. So finishing the string isn't going to save us all the time. Okay? This is what we have to do. You see that? A little step, move forward, down for 1. Where you going? Where you going, sir? Where you going, sir? Both ways. Both ways. Almost both ways. If they're veering off to the right a little bit or veering off to the left a little bit more, it's more than likely to whiff. But that is something to be applied because see, if they're moving or they're doing that little annoying sidestep right duck, that's how you catch them. That's how you catch them. But, that's how you fight like a little respectable player. Most of these players are mashing, and for whatever reason, I say this all the time, when you complete a string, or if you at least do the first 2 hits of the string, it seems like the move comes out faster. So doing the same application, but to down 4-1-2 instead of just on down 4-1 singular, it'll track better. However, I can't beat hit whiffing. I don't know. I don't know what they did to the string. I don't know what they did to it. Everybody said this string's so good it gets on their nerves. I think it's a stealth nerve. I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. Okay, you guys, I do not know what happened. But down 4-1 on its own is still good. That's what I was telling y'all in the Tekken 7 guide. Here, I'm anticipating retaliation. The little punk ass low. Especially if it lands on hit or on block. They're gonna try to hit you with that low. And that's where the sidestep backsway comes in. Now, this is how I lab these mids in practice mode because they're going to be aggressive. So you have to lab for that. And the easiest way to beat aggressiveness is built-in defensive tools, and your offensive defensive tools like throws, low parries, sabakis. That's the best way to beat aggressive players. Offensively defensive tools like that. However, it's not going to be the answer to everything. They might switch it up on you. They might do a long range mid. You know, this is why you got to game. You got to go for stuff. You have to go for stuff. Here you see me do the same thing with the down 4-1-2 string. Again, like I said, I don't know what it is. It seems like moves come out faster when you either finish the string or you do the follow-up, one of the follow-ups to the string. And in true fashion, she's able to block lows faster if you do down 4-1-2 into the built-in side step. Obviously, you can't beat down jabs. You know, it is what it is. It can't be everything. You know, it cannot be everything. But them little punk ass lows, you know, to try to stop your offense, you know, it's gonna get those every time. This is going to lose to hop kicks or hope kicks, or down 4-2 that launch crouch. Now, sometimes if you do down 4-1 into backsway, you will avoid the hop kick because they're not like pressing the hop kick and so forth in such a way that they'll like advance forward. They're just immediately shooting up. Like as you saw right there, the first part of that hop kick was. Now, I know you guys are wondering when I'm going to show you guys some gameplay. Honestly, like I said in the comments, the first look, okay, it was a first look, okay? I can't do anything about YouTube being my top one hater using YouTube Studio. I was trying to be cheap, okay? That's what I get for thinking everybody my friend, okay? Don't come for me. I've been playing this game, like I said, not under Hoochie's Addy. I switch the name every time. And it's more so not because I'm embarrassed to see myself like lose publicly, like in online gaming, because they are, you know, downloading replays. It was more so because I wanted to figure out how to control the content, and changing your name every time does control the content. I also wanted to figure it out on my own. The way I play Nina is not the way everyone else plays Nina. I try to implement a lot of movement with this character, and since the movement is buffed, as you're seeing right here, even though I am getting clipped, I wanted to see if I can, you know, be creative, if I can try different things, if I can, you know, do something, you know, more so interesting, and then as I lab, you know, share what I find. Especially what I find in practice mode after experiencing it in a match. Most of my Tekken 8 experience so far has been offline. I've been going out to a friend's house. He's a high-level Tekken player. He's kind of like a Mokujin. So a lot of these things I've seen happened offline versus online. Now right now I'm showing a bully mid button that I use all the time in my game plan, which is instant while standing one. It's not really supposed to track to her left. However, sometimes if you buffer it a little bit, she advances forward a little bit more, and it'll catch that side step left. So if they're side step blocking, they block it, and then you go into your movement options. The reason why I use while standing one and not complete the string is because while standing one, if they are moving, it's a very awkward block stun situation where you and the opponent are both at a particular access that is in no one's favor. So if they retaliate and I use my offensive defensive options, which is Nina's backsway high shield step movement, oftentimes I will force whiffs or I will force their moves to hit with. Just some little luck and tech that y'all can easily see right here being applied. Now, the whole point of me applying the defensive option movement or offensively defensive option movement is to see if I completely avoid something. I'd rather completely avoid something than successfully get a whiff punish sometimes. Because oftentimes we're moving anyway and we don't expect to avoid a particular retaliation after something is getting blocked and don't get the whiff punish anyway. If I'm able to move away and reset neutral, that is a double win for me because I do not have to worry about losing to their retaliation. I have time to react to it. While you're watching this labbing, this is going to be the last minute I show in this detail using the offensively defensive option. I do have another Tekken account. It is at beginner, whatever the beginner rank is. I think it's like first dan. I was more so thinking instead of like streams, I'll do highlights. Reason why I want to do highlights and not streams, like I said, I work a full-time job. I really ain't got time to be streaming for 2 and 3 hours. Most I might be able to do like every day is like maybe 35, 45 minutes online to get back to work. But most of my gaming happens over the weekend. So I think that makes for an inconsistent streamer. So I'll more than likely just be uploading highlights on this page. Here you see me being annoying by going full crackhead Hayashida step. You gotta lab this too. Have fun. You gotta lab it too. Obviously it's losing the power mids as it should because I'm moving away on minus frames. I'm safe, but I'm on minus frames. But you know, if you know your opponent is gonna like, you know, mash jab or a magic 4 or something like that, you know, you can get away. You can get away. Have fun. The next thing I wanted to kind of sort of go over is sidestep canceling into a homing move. For one, you have to do a perfect sidestep cancel. And then the close range homing move I want you to use or think about using or consider using is still 1+2. Her while standing forward does track well. Her down 4-4 does not. She still has all her approach mids. 4-4 not really being nerfed. What they did take away was something that made the move more interesting. But it was a gamble anyway for the Nina player, as sidestep 2 is like -13 and -14. So, and there was no real visual cue that you actually got the frame advantage to get the free sidestep 2. But however, you know, you still get the frame advantage on 4-4 to, you know, do your sidestep 1 pressure. But like I was saying, frame trapping with sidestep 1 into your homing move, 1+2. This is the only way this homing move is actually pretty useful. Because of the block stun and your frame advantage after sidestep 1 cancel, they can't really backdash away. If they do, they're either gonna get hit or they're gonna block it. And if they block it, you know, spacing isn't in their favor. But one thing I did notice is that that back 4, even though that gave us the counter hit launch back, it's losing. 4-3 is much better in that situation. 4-2-1-3 is much better in that situation. QCF1 is much better in that situation. So that's just something to note. But you still want to lab it like the other mids, trying to move away from it. Here I'm showing you it's going to always lose to jabs. Jabs and low jabs is going to always lose to that. And because of the spacing, you see that, you pretty much avoid most retaliation. You don't avoid all retaliation, I said most. And as always, you're gonna lose to power mids. Every time. And as you can see, after the 1+2 I'm trying to do back 4, I am losing. Losing big time. You know, you can't have everything back. You can't. Like I said, you lab those the same way you would your other mids. Now here I'm talking about loads on hits. We have to use our command loads. They're really slow. However, taking your frames all the time can be pretty much telegraphed. So we're going to add in, again, that offensively defensive option, which is Nina's movement. While standing, pretty much using movement, you are not going to avoid the hop kick. No matter what I did, I could not avoid the hop kick. However, if you're playing someone that actually doesn't want to kill themselves, using your offensively defensive option movement first, so that they see that they're while standing options that aren't a launcher with. That was set up to where you can test them and try them next time your command load lands on hits with a counter hit launcher. The reason for this labbing and why you have to lab like this with Nina is because Nina is a jack of all trades, master of none. What does that mean? That means that she does not have a set of moves, like I want to say like 2 or 3 moves that she can just do. There's a way out of everything Nina does. So in your game plan, you have to be able to use almost every safe mid and almost every plus on hits low. And because she doesn't have a set of moves that she can just do, that means she doesn't have a low she can just do. Because most characters that have a very simple game plan of landing these 2 mids, this one high and this one low, it's a very simple game plan. Nina does not have that because her lows aren't that fast. So therefore, you have to implement all of her options to make them work. So even though they will say Nina is busted or God tier, as a retired pro Tekken player says, may not necessarily be the truth. What it is that usually, especially in higher gameplay, the Nina player is just that much better of a player than most of the opponents. Because the Nina player understands that they have to use all of their tools. And here I'm showcasing the lows. The lows are what they are. I strongly suggest you committing to your down 3 string. Hey, it is what it is. If you get launched, you get launched. If they block the mid, they block the mid. It's not the end of the world because that mid is only -11. Dashing in and down 4 in range. I was wrong about this in the first look. See, that's why it's a first look, okay? Why y'all came for me. Okay? Because I said down 4, we're axing that. No, we're not. Do it at tip range. Nothing's going to happen, especially if they block it because most of their hop kicks are going to whiff. You see, that's why you gotta let me look at it. You also have to throw with Nina. Yes, you have to throw. I can't stress it enough. If you can't break those, there's plenty of online tutorials. There's actually an application for breaking throws in Tekken 7 that is pretty much will set you up for success in Tekken 8. Is that there isn't much difference to breaking a throw between Tekken 7 and Tekken 8. However, throws are now a punish. So that's pretty much what's different. And then because the whole game plan is different with gray health, and as Nina's throws remove gray health, you have to implement these. Getting your chain grabs off by doing QCF neutral 1+3 or QCF neutral 2+4, so you don't get that obvious creep step. Being able to do it from side step 1 is very crucial. Being able to implement your unbreakable throw, betrayer, at the wall or in the open. It's especially important to do it in the open now as a whip punish if your opponent has a lot of gray health. I have a video out there about how to use heat. However, since I mentioned this, someone's going to ask me to go over it. So the pre-synopsis, so here you want to whiff punish with the heat engager or punish with the heat engager. Your punish being down back 1+2, and your whiff punish being down back 1+2, 4/4, or the power crush, or sometimes QCF2. And that's how you will activate heat. You can also force a whip punish with a spacing move. Here you see me doing 3+4. 3+4 into back sway, then you can mash your down back 1+2. Or you can use your frame advantage from your lows. Even frame advantage from down 2, as down 2, it's no one's turn. So you can do a nice little side step into down back 1+2. Prior to that, you saw me do the Williams roll after while standing forward. That's something to implement in your punishment right there. Here I'm showcasing what we all know Nina can do in heat. And that is the main reason why you want to punish into heat with Nina, as she doesn't really have the best lows to bully the opponent to get them to duck. Her creep step. I do have a video on this, briefly going over it, but I'll go into detail in it. Because she doesn't have a chain throw anymore from 1+2, you can really advance her power crush. You can also really advance her whip punishment. You can also really advance in doing a very cheeky down 4 at tip range. Also advance into spider knee. And pretty much, the same moves a lot to this, which is slide, QCF1, QCF2. You can also do a nice creep step into nothing within range, and oftentimes you can probably make those hop kicks with, because they don't want to do anything defensive, which is sidestep. But most of the time they want to challenge. The game is catering to aggressiveness. So if the game is catering to aggressiveness, you have to plan on your opponent always being aggressive. The reason why this is so good for QCF 3+4 is because oftentimes your opponent will fight air in order to get you to try to approach, and they will whip punish you. They really don't know the Tekken 8 Nina matchup. No one knows most of the character matchups, but they don't know the Nina matchup in general, I should say. Because of the approach mids and because of now the long range whip punisher, you can't bait Nina to come in and then you whip punisher anymore. You are going to get launched. Moving on to combos, because combos is a defensive option. You know, you can get a launch punish, a whip punish. This is where they nerf the lazy player. There is really no easy route. It's all confusing. If you don't want to do mechanical inputs, I understand that. But the highest damage is a down back 2 cancel into a dash into a down forward 3-2 back cancel into the built-in QCB4, excuse me. That's only like 1 damage less than a friendly tree route, which requires way more execution. However, it is very awkward. And I really and truly don't know how to actually explain to someone who doesn't have experience inputting mechanical inputs how to make the down for a 3-2 loop combo stable other than to practice. And then maybe you'll see those visual cues where the first down 4-3-2, you want to make sure that kick, the down 4-3, hits the opponent's mid leg. When you dash and do the second down 4-3-2 to do your screw, or if you want to continue going with another down 4-3-2, you want to make sure you hit the opponent's lower leg, and then your move will connect. Sidestep 1+2, there is no excuse anymore. There is absolutely no excuse. Dash into whatever low hitting move you want to do is going to pick up that combo. Figure it out. I don't want to hear it no more. I don't want to hear it no more. Like I said in the first look, this hasn't changed. This is a very easy combo to pick up. It's very forgiving. Very. Butterfly loops. You need them after instant tornado launchers, and you need them on low parry. There is a route that requires a lot of down 4-3-2 cancels. However, it is awkward. I actually never landed here because, excuse me, not to cough laugh, but it is it's just very awkward to land because you have no screws. So you're constantly dashing in down 4-3-2, down back 2, down 4-3-2, down back 2 into 4-4-3. I think that's the most consistent ender. And it is only actually 74 damage, which is 4 damage more than the actual combo that I showed in my first look at combos. So is that really necessarily worth it? You know, you be the judge. You be the judge. You be the judge. Whatever you can staple, that's what's most important. However, this is the area where Nina actually shines. She shits out damage. It is just hard to do. I am not sugarcoating that. So if you are new to Nina, please don't get any anxiety because you can't butterfly loop, you can't down 4-3-2 loop, you can't really land in QCF1 yet. Just stay the course with it. Stay in practice mode. I promise you it'll make sense. Here I do a little butterfly loop combo, and without even breaking the sweat, I crack 70 damage. So that's why I said, you know, your wild standing ones, they come in clutch on instant tornado launchers as well as low parries. Your main whiff punisher, back whip is 4, and your main I-15 punisher in general. I'm showcasing the actual new Tekken 8 route. The only thing that's awkward with this, like I said before in my first look at combos, is that sidestep right into while running 3-4. which I do showcase here, but this is a luck in the video, so I'm gonna fuck up a whole bunch of times before I actually show you what I think I'm gonna show you. I think I'm gonna show you. Yeah, there it goes. Okay. That's hard to do with lag. This is why I'm still saying butterfly loops are still stable. You can still do butterfly loops in like, 2 to 3 delay frames. I thought, oh, you wanna know what? I gotta do down 4 3 2. It's Tekken 8. Yeah, okay, yeah. And here we go. No, I think I didn't dash in far enough. I didn't dash in far enough. But this is doable in two delay frames, 3 delay frames. So this is why it's still kind of worth learning while sending one loops, because in this game in particular, they are useful in lag. Versus the new down 4 3 2 loop, which I dropped. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. I had conversations in the Nina server. They're dropping this route online. I thought it was me. I thought it was me and my shit execution. No, it's everyone. It's not a stable combo in delay frames, and in 150 MS matches. It just isn't. Back turn combos. Essentially, if they don't turn around, that's what you guys have mainly been asking me. If they do not turn around, you want to do chance it all by doing down back 3+4. You don't want to do QCF 3+4, as she will advance a little bit too far, and you will whiff, as I'm showcasing right here. Once you land a down back 3+4 after the launcher, it's pretty much your world, but you have to remember that you did use your T. And after you use your tornado screw earlier, like I said, you get the most damage if you do butterfly loops. This is why butterfly loops are not dead. Because movement is so good in this game, oftentimes you will get your opponent's back. But if you don't want to deal with butterfly loops, you can still do a very simple route, as I'm going to show you here. And you still dealt some damage. You did not deal as much damage, but you dealt some damage. All right, you guys, this is just the part 1 of the guide. Again, I went over how to lab your mids. I went over my mid that I like to abuse, which is instant while standing 1. I went over lows, and I went over heat and combo damage, okay? The next one I'm going to post probably next week. And, don't come for me no more about the first look. It was a first look, okay? All right, happy gaming, y'all. Peace.